And we're live. Good morning, everybody. That's not bad. We're only 52 minutes late.
And to be fair, I've been sat here for 52 minutes going, really, I've been tidying.
I would have been quicker, but I had breakfast. So,
do you know what? I was kind of hoping you were, because it's like it's a thing. It's a Sunday thing. Like, yeah,
I've had such a happy weekend. It's so sad. Yeah. I can see the level of, oh my god, you sad ass person. I've been to 2 car boot sales, and I had a Subway salad, and there was a new charity shop, and I had breakfast, and I've had such a happy.
No, that sounds awesome. That does.
There's people out there living, exciting lives, but I'm like, oh, it's been lovely.
I know. Yesterday, me and my sister went to like a hospice shop thing, because there's no car boots on at the moment. Still, there's still some confusion. Don't know why.
You'd have to come over to ours.
Yeah, but that means staying over and not allowed.
No, but get your sister to bring you over.
Oh, fuck that.
It's not that much further than one of yours.
Yeah, it won't be worth it for her anyway. But yeah, anyway, so no car boots. So we went to hospice shop, and then I made some jewelry, and then Nia's coming around this afternoon, and we're going to sit in the garden and have a drink.
What they've achieved with this pandemic, is make us all grateful for the little stuff. Shall I say some hellos? Josh was in first. I've already seen a lot of Josh this morning, but Josh was in first, and then Laurel, and then Laura, and that Crumpet boy. I don't recognise that name. Is that somebody else's? Yeah, maybe I've seen him before under a different name. Oh God, it's gone off in my hand already. That was quick. Nadine and Heather and Moira and Patricia and Rachel and Maria and Jem, Nia and Elaine, and I've said Maria, but I'll say her again just for and Emma Hayes, Lisa Louise, Lisa Count Juan, Rebecca's there, Andrea, Jewelry Sells, Maggie on a Mission, Jane Wathen or Wathen, I wish I could remember which it is, Dodo, Bumblebee and Claire Cairns, Claire Cairns.
Good morning.
And Junie and Earthling, there's a new name, and Shirley Richardson and Anya Doublecombe and Gillian Holbrook and Yvonne Mama Tins and Jason Entwistle. And if I've missed you and it matters, put in the chat, you missed me. Good morning, everybody.
My mum said hello.
Morning, Mummy.
Morning, Paula. There we go.
I had jam on my roast dinner the other day. It was lovely.
She had jam on her roast dinner.
Yeah, the red currant.
Yeah. Well, the red currant one works on it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Done something weird to my earrings. Yeah, it was delicious. I've been car-booting.
So this is old school. This is like, actually, I shouldn't be here if this is old school.
Yeah, get out. Hi, Deb. Couldn't do it without you.
Yeah. Well, you can. You blatantly did for a long time.
You are the bow to my violin. You are
the wind.
The wind to my beans.
With my wings.
Jackie Eggertonson, hi Jackie. And Jem shouting, "Oh, you don't want to see what I bought, do you?"
Even I've got a small haul.
Oh, let's see your small haul. Let's not bother with mine.
Okay.
Everything I bought yesterday is going into a video that's coming out tomorrow. So, you got mugs. You don't buy mugs.
I know. I don't buy mugs, and I don't buy Disney. So I bought some Disney mugs.
Where did you get those from? From the charity shop?
From this hospice shop. But I know that these 3. That's beautiful, Josh. But I know these ones sell well, don't they?
Oh, like grumpy one will fly out. Yeah, Heather's got one like that. What's the blue one? Tinkerbell. Yeah.
So they get the Tigger one, not so much, which I'm quite surprised at because it's a Christmas one. But these ones go for between like 20 and 25, so that's all right. And I paid £3 each. Well, I paid £20 for everything, and I got 3 mugs. I'll just quickly do it. So an Anatomicals gift.
I've sold that one before.
Yeah, it's there. I like Anatomical stuff.
I don't remember how much I got for it. It was a long time ago.
2 vintage necklaces and this mirror.
Oh, very mid-century. That looks so familiar, like somebody I know must have had one.
I've had it before for a start, and they're very. That's a very popular design, that one. So I paid £20 for all of that. So considering I'll get that for one of the mugs.
Got Josh flirting in the chat with Craig.
Oh, I know. He's terrible.
Josh is a slut.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm slut shaming now. Josh, you go ahead and slut as much as you want.
But also well done.
Good boy.
Just get in there finally. God's sakes.
I believe.
These boys.
I believe there's been. I don't think it's finally. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there going to be a gay wedding?
Are you going to be bridesmaid for that one as well?
Oh, don't. As long as I don't have to wear a dress and give a speech.
You absolutely do. So yeah, everything I bought yesterday's car boot, I've put in a separate video, and that's coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
So today, you're only going to see what I bought today's car boot.
That's fair enough.
First up, I got. I can't lift it.
A big bag of shite.
£20 I paid for this big bag of shite.
Oh,
First out of the big bag of shite.
oh, are they for me?
Are you a 6?
Oh,
Now
God,
39,
no.
which I believe is a 6, isn't it?
the 6, yes.
Yeah. They have been.
Very well
loved.
worn.
They need a little bit of reloving.
They've been used in more than the bedroom. That's actually that's
These have been danced in, haven't they?
performed in. I was gonna say.
Yeah. I think they're pleasers, although I can't actually fucking find the label. Language, sorry. Can't find the label. I think they're pleasers, but even if not, it's not a bad old platform boot, that.
Nice.
Josh wanted them, but they're too small for him.
Ah,
Yeah. So this entire bag, £20. Not my phone. I already owned that. Hi, Ollie. Also in the £20 bag. Little Radley.
Bradley.
Another little Radley.
Ooh.
They're not in spanking brand new, Nick. They need a bit of leather love to get them back up. But they're not badly stained or anything inside. So
how much do they go for each then?
in that condition, probably not more than 12 or 15.
That's still.
Yeah. The gloves are actually these gloves I bought in mine for Ant. Yeah, they're
rowing gloves.
What's that? That's not Anthony on his bicycle, everybody.
It's hobby horse. He's on a hobby horse going.
Yes, they're hobby horse gloves for Anthony. So that's what. But these ones are just bloody horrible gloves for someone who likes that kind of thing.
Mm.
Hippie boho festival winter something chic.
No,
I mean that's a shocking glove, isn't it?
that's awful. Yes,
Somebody in the chat's gone, I've got those gloves. How very dare you?
they're quite the statement.
They're for a more slender arm than I have got. I mean, if somebody came at you with these gloves on, you'd be frightened.
Blinded by the amount of mirrors.
Blinded by the light.
Oh, we haven't been on that long, Karen.
We've only just started.
8 minutes or so.
Yeah, we've only just started. So yeah, they were.
Well, there you go.
Novelty value.
Ryan says he needs a new oven glove, so that'll do, won't it?
I've just nipped my skin with those.
Do you know what it would be good for? You know, if you were in days of yore and you wanted to fight someone, you know, challenge them to a duel, and you could slap them across the face with it. The amount of like hard stuff in it would just knock them out, and so you wouldn't.
Is that the kind of gloves they wore in yore?
So I've heard. Yes, yeah, definitely. It's your times.
Yeah. Also in my filler bag for £20. Complete Friends Blu-ray set. I don't know if anybody still got Blu-ray players.
No, I use my PlayStation. My mum's got a Blu-ray player.
A sofa.
Of course.
Some GHDs that aren't. It's a GHD box containing a Babyliss straightener.
Well, that's good. Cheeky.
Yeah. But I suspect I might be able to sell just the box, or at least you used to be able to. Don't know if you still can, but and the Babylon straighteners go separately. I really did pinch my skin with that bloody glove. Box of tarot cards. A Kath Kidston keyring. A cuddly toy. A Joe Malone half-used amber and lavender body creme.
You know this £20 bag of stuff. Was it literally like? Did you choose all of this stuff, or was it? Oh, right.
Yeah, no, this is my selection. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Why are you going? Why the fuck have you paid 20 quid for all of that?
No, I'm just wondering if it was like just all in a bag, and you went, you know.
No, I went and picked a load of stuff out of his boxes, and then he came along and went, "Oh, give me 20 quid for the lot."
Right. Okay.
Home Medic's foot massager. These go for between 30 and 60 if it works. An extension lead for our house because we've never got enough of the damn things.
Mm-hmm.
A tiny camera, Panasonic Lumix camera in case. Just chucked it in, really. I just went, I'll chuck that in. I don't really sell cameras, nor does Carmen. So
yeah, no, I think Lumix was at some point was a decent thing, you know.
Yeah. Kai's fine, thank you, Bad Wolf. Buddy's not too great today, but Kai's fine.
Oh, what's wrong with Buddy?
Not sure. Not himself.
What? He's happy. He's running around joyful.
He was shaking earlier on for no reason.
Ooh.
He's asleep now, so he's probably got bloody Parkinson's or something, knowing our luck. Some Sun Swim and Gym shampoo.
We plan to do all of those things this week.
Yes. A Revlon gas canister. And then this is totally out of my zone. This is not something I would ever normally buy, and I'm starting to think that I managed to lose one of the plugs on the way.
Is it electronic?
It's a point of sale terminal.
Yes. That's fine.
Two of them with only one cord because I managed to leave one of the cords behind. I don't know how the hell I did that. That's annoying.
I think they're just a standard type.
Yeah, they seem to be a standard fitting. Yeah. So whether they're any use or not now that in the world of Wi-Fi, whether all terminals have been upgraded or something, I don't know. But
someone somewhere will need one. If not, eventually a prop in a film.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. So 20 quid for that lot wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
And then this is my filler bag from Filler Bag Guy, because that wasn't even Filler Bag Guy, that was just somebody else.
How is Steve?
He's all right. He was not overly chuffed, overly cheerful, but he's all right.
Mm.
A magnetic basket thing to go on my fridge for pens and shit. Literally, I was like, I don't need one of them. A Pampered Chef chopper.
For chopping up pampered chefs.
For chopping up pampered chefs. I don't even know how you get the thing off without chopping your own hand off. Hang on.
Then don't do it now. Don't.
It's a crinkle cut chip chopper, isn't it? For crinkle cut chip chopping.
And then you
can't get back on either. A vintage 1970s grater and slicer. Do you not have one of these? Do you remember these? So you choose your appliance, and then your block of cheese goes in there, and the handle holds it down, and you turn it.
Fancy.
Yeah, vintage 70s number. We had one of them as a kid. In fact, my mum's probably still got it. Lola Rose rang a bell, and yet I don't know why. Lola Rose, London.
Yeah. No, good. Yes, well done.
Beaded bracelet in pouch.
Yes, good.
£1,000?
Not a million tea, but they get a few quid, yeah.
2 melamine mugs for camper vans. People are buying camper vans, you know.
They are.
Yeah. Some people are stealing $8,000 from other people so they can buy one. Yeah, see, loads of people saying we have one of those graters. Actually, loads of people is just Ashley, but even so, she's loads of people. She's like the start of a casualty episode there for a minute when I'm going, I can't get this lid off. Crunch. I got a feeling with these, I've got one more pot than I've got bottoms, but all the bottoms are loose in the bottom of the bag. So
your bottom's loose?
My bottom is very loose, yeah. They are 70s jelly molds, but yeah, I don't know. I think I might have one less bottom than I've got top. I'll have a pop and rummage in a minute.
Way.
A mug.
It is.
Waterside fine china with birds and shit on it.
Birds and shit.
Birds and shit, yeah. These are my keywords. An M&S mug, pedestal mug.
With flowers and shit.
Flowers and shit. A vintage planner. It's not a Filofax brand one, but it's definitely vintage. When I picked this up, I felt like I knew what it was. It says Pot Maker on it.
Isn't that for... No, I thought it was for pies then.
I thought it was for pastry. I'm thinking it might be for like a short crust, raised crust thing.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Someone in the chat will know. Someone in the chat go, that's a thing of me. Here are the rest of my lids coming out now. And I got 2 Ironstone Old Inn series genuine hand engraving, acid and detergent proof English ironstone tableware bowls, just because I chucked them in. I was looking for Josh to give them to him, but he was nowhere in sight at the time. So.
Oh, Heather knows what it is, for making paper pots for gardening.
Oh, see, I did know what that was. When you said that, it sounded... I've seen it advertised in like one of those weird little magazines that you get in the Sunday papers and stuff, you know?
She's clever, that Heather.
She knows stuff. She knows stuff.
She's also probably got a lisp as well right now.
She knows stuff.
3 knows stuff. Just kidding, Heather.
A toenail clipper.
Toenail clippers.
Which I know is a weird thing to buy in filler bag, but mine's gone really blunt ever since I used it as a wire clipper. So I'm going to sterilise that and use it and replace my toenail clipper. And a really nice little vintage. Where are you?
Nice.
Vintage sewing kit. Hang on. Try to open it without all the bits hurling themselves into oblivion.
It's a mystery. Oh, that's cute.
Teeny tiny little cotton reels and all of the bits, and yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I thought that was worth throwing in. It's a mystery.
Well done. Did it feel satisfying?
Yes. And I got... That was just the 2 filler bags. Hang on, there's not a lot else. I bought us a tin opener because we've broken our tin opener again. I don't know what we do with them. You right there, bud? You right, mate? You okay? Buddy? Bud?
Buddy.
Are you all right? You okay? So deaf, bless him. Comforter 70p.
That's a stripy thing.
It is a stripy thing. Pair of Earth Spirit sandals. These were puzzling because they've got the cardboard inside like when you buy them, but they've plainly been worn. Who keeps the cardboard and puts it back in their shoes every time?
I genuinely think that's like you know, I don't want to say an old person thing, but you know, like a, you know.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I mean, there we go. They were £2. Bad Bob says, now that Heather has explained the function of that thing, I still don't know what the hell it is.
It's a doohickey, a thingamabob.
It's a hoochie flip.
Slap umbrella.
I got a little swimming training vest for when we take you to the pool.
I was going to say, I don't think it'll fit.
So for when we take you to the Lido.
Yeah. Oh, can that be soon?
Hopefully, yeah. Things for our house. Ask the universe and it shall be given to you. I said to the universe this morning, I would like a utensils pot to go in my kitchen. It needs to be this shade of blue. Whether it's meant to be a utensils pot, I don't know, because it's got a lid, but I shall use it as a utensils pot. The universe provided. Morning, Joan.
I keep asking the universe for some Mikimoto pearls, but so far not supplied.
You have to be patient though. You have to. It takes the universal.
They don't just go. There we go.
Yeah.
One day.
Born to Shop mug. Friends are the family we make for ourselves. Choose for ourselves. some pairs in pairs.
Huh?
It's like Scrabble, sort of, but without a board and not different. It's nothing like Scrabble.
Okay.
It is a letters tile game that doesn't have a board.
Good for you.
A Crook Lock.
Quick luck.
Crook Lock. It's not a Crook Lock brand, is it? And
Oh, it's a bit like Carla Jenkins back in the day, isn't it?
in it a bit, yeah. I've got crap in my eye.
Oh, that's the Cath Kidston IKEA thing.
Yes, I sold one, and I had it. You feel like I sold one not long ago. So if I go back through my sold listings, I'll be able to. Must be longer ago than I thought because I can't find it in my sold listings. It was during lockdown, but then I suppose lockdown went on for so long that perhaps I've,
Lockdown lasted from between 2 weeks to 8 years. It's kind of hard to. Yeah.
And the last item is a brand new dog coat for Buddy. Whether it'll fit Buddy, I don't know. And if I put it on him now, I think he's going out. Buddy, Bud, can I try this coat on you? Bud? Not you, it's not going to fit you, is it, big boy? Kai's up for it. Bud. Come here, Bud. Buddy, come here. Buddy! Oh, hang on, I'll be back. Come here, mate. I want to try this on. Come here. Will you stand still, you lemon? One look.
Hello, Toby, Toady. Tickets to trains for Suffolk. Oh, try an app. I think it's called Train Splitter or Ticket Splitter or something like that. And it finds out like the cheapest train tickets for you, like if you split the journey up.
Two things. One, that's a really good fit, and two, he's definitely not himself.
No,
look.
Yeah.
He's not arguing and getting down, and he's shaking. What's up, mate?
What's the matter, bud?
Do you want me to take it back off? Because you can't sit around in a warm coat. Apparently you can sit around in a warm coat. He's still shaking. I don't know what's the matter with him.
Oh.
Yes, Jilly, you can. Absolutely. Message me on Facebook or on Instagram or on the email address that appears underneath the video, and we will sort that out. Morning, Trudy.
Or psychically.
Yeah, or psychically. Yeah, that works just as well.
Dermot.
Who said Dermot? Oh, there's Dermot.
Yeah. As if.
Long time listener, first time caller. They used to say that when they rang in, didn't they? For Top of the Pops phone-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or those like nighttime, who is it they used to do those love story things?
Oh God, Late Night Love.
Was it that? No, I'm sure I remember there being in the afternoon.
Was it Steve Wright in the Afternoon who did Love Story?
Yes.
With music.
Yes. And they would ring it and go, oh, well, she left me like 17 years ago, or we were parted and stuff, and then we met, and then we fell in love again, and this is our song. Ah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I think it was called Our Song. That segment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Karen says it was Simon Bates doing Our Song. Right, look, it is Mike's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Fault, Mike. You've set yourself up for this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday. We'll be round to give you the bumps later, mate.
I'm so good at singing.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
So good. Happy birthday, Mike. Hope you have a lovely day.
People who can sing happy birthday badly. Have you noticed that? Happy birthday is one of those things you kind of blare at people. Happy birthday to you.
But there's things that as well, I think, because you have to imagine being a band and you've had a top hit single and you have to go the rest of your band life doing that bloody song. It's a bit like that, isn't it?
No, there's another verse. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you, Mike? How old are you now? you're not careful, I'll make up a third verse. You've been warned. Laney's in. Hi, Laney. She said she thought it was a different channel with the boots and the gloves, and then there was some weird 70s torture kitchen devices and a weird garden thing.
No, that sounds about right, actually.
Mike wants 54 bumps.
50.
And one for luck, so 55.
I was gonna, as long as it's, wow. You might be careful because you might get the birthday beats, and that's even worse, isn't it?
Yeah. He's not shaking now. Maybe he was cold. I don't know. He could be cold. Don't know. Another trip to the vet. Another £1,000,000 bill. Hurrah!
Those goblets.
Just realised we haven't actually paid the last one yet, so just get to tack it on the end.
My mate she had one cat already, and then she had to adopt some other cats from a relative, and then sadly her dad died recently, so she's had to take in his pets as well, and they're all like having to go to the vets because they're all quite old animals as well. So she's like, I might as well just have a standing order for the vets, like just take a couple £100 every month, the amount of time.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to see if I can get this coat off him while he's lying down.
Aww. Yes, he won't feel the benefit if he goes outside.
The reason it's a good one is because it zips straight up the back, so...
It's a loading bra. Join.
I've unzipped it and just sort of opened it out so he's more lying on it. And he looked down at it as if says, my skin just fell off. He looked really confused.
God, this isn't meant to happen.
Nailed it.
It was on him a minute ago. No, I've just unzipped it. So we're shaking again.
Hi, Nat.
I called him over to me. Hi, Lex.
Hi, Nat.
Can't feel any gurgling, he doesn't feel swollen, but he hadn't had a drink since he got home. The other two dogs went straight for the dog.
Give him a dose of Metical. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know.
I could squirt Metacam inside of people.
I could. See if you can eat that. So yeah, see if you can eat that, and then maybe some milk. Yeah. Sorry, just doctoring the dog. Doctor Who.
Has he maybe accidentally eaten some medication?
There's no medication lying around, and there's no medication missing.
No, I mean like Kai's. If Kai's still on it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not within reach. It's well up out of reach, and we're putting it directly into Kai rather than leaving it in food for Kai to leave around. So yeah. So he does get tummy upset, so it could be that his tummy's playing up. But don't know. Yeah, he was doing it again a minute ago. Yeah. Pets sent to try us, I swear. Morning, Ann Baker. Morning, Rebecca Harris. But Badwell says, how much did I spend in total? Josh and I were sitting there doing the old maths, and I think I spent 35.
Most acceptable.
Yeah. Josh spent a ton of money as well. He's gone home to cry.
Yeah, he's gone home to like remortgage his life, hasn't he?
Josh spent about 25 quid today and about 25 quid yesterday, and yeah, he's proper going for it at the moment.
That's his budget blown for the whole year.
Nat says, oh, is he okay? He's gone home to weep. I just thoroughly enjoyed being out there again, and yeah. No,
it's nice. Just going for a drive with my sister yesterday, because obviously we get lost going to this place because it's in the middle of nowhere, and I have no sense of direction. But it was nice just going down country roads and going.
Yeah, there you go. We spent over £200 this week. Now, have we got any Calpol?
Josh?
Okay, a lady in the chat, Jewelry Sells, is saying they can shake if they're in pain. Try baby paracetamol, which is Calpol, isn't it? At the right dose for his weight. The vet has told her that, and see if that helps. So maybe give him some of that. Has it got a syringe in it? Because I can't give him a spoon.
No,
we'll have to have the syringe from downstairs.
James?
I can only get him to lick Calpol off a spoon. Yeah. Yeah, we did have a lovely breakfast in the sun as well. It was so nice. It felt a little bit like being on holiday. Not quite enough like being on holiday, but a little bit like being on holiday.
Can I show you my rings?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is clean, yeah?
Yeah. No, I made rings yesterday. So I made one for me and one for Tasty. And I said,
I'm going to main you. I know you don't like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, no, I'm not. Where have you gone? Ah!
me out. Rude.
How do I main? How on earth do I? There, that's you, isn't it?
That's me. Okay. So this is my ring that I made. It's like 15 grams of silver. It's quite weighty. And that's a black spinel in there, and then some sparklies, and then some like hearts around it, and like texture. It's quite weighty. So I just said like, that I promised like to show them off this morning. So that's my one. And then this one is for Tasty, who is there in the chat. So Tasty's had a little bit of problems, but this is eventually what it came out like. And I tried to.
I'm still listening. I'm trying to dose the dog, but I'm listening.
That's okay. And I'm quite proud of the bezel setting of the emerald. One of these buggers came off, and I had to solder it back on. That wasn't fun. And then there was one there that I couldn't file off because that one was being a bugger. But that, But I really like the little heart inside worked really well, and the bezel setting on here worked really well. So that's Tasty. And I like the original setting.
So you said you were getting stressed over it.
Yes, you can take me off now.
I can't because I'm in the middle of pouring medicine. Hang on, you have to. I'll be back. I'm sticky. Calpol's sticky.
You did.
Yes, I was getting stressed at the bezel setting and soldering and stuff, and because I just wasn't instantly good at things, which annoys me when I'm not instantly good at things.
Yep.
And I know people will say, "But it takes practice, and you got to." I'm like, I know, but I'm normally instantly good at things. And it annoys me that I wasn't. But I'm instantly not so bad at things, which is also good, you know. So I'm going to try and polish this one up a little bit more because I think it can take it more polish.
Are you polishing with the machine? I've missed that part.
I do have a machine, but I haven't started it up yet because I've got to do this like whole 8 hours of it. Has to do something to itself first, and I haven't done that bit yet, and then I can do it. You see. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Yes, not instantly perfect, but it's just it annoys me when I'm like, it's not doing the thing that I want it to do. Why?
I see.
But yeah. So, well, that is. Right, retail price on materials alone would be about 50 quid. And then you add because that's, like I said, that's 15 grams of silver in there. Retail price for silver is at least like 3 quid a gram. So yeah, we're talking, I would probably, if I was going to sell that one, because of the weight and the materials and the time, probably it'd have to be about £100, which I know is crazy, but I spent 9 hours on these yesterday. But I mean, considering that I bought, maybe I'm a sucker, but I bought an artisan ring for £320 using pretty much the same materials. But then that's because I'm a sucker, and it was very pretty.
Apparently, I just don't think. It's a question of art, and art being subjective and art being a personal thing, isn't it? So I wouldn't spend £320 on an artisan ring, but I also wouldn't spend £320 on a mass-produced ring. I wouldn't spend £320. I wouldn't wear £320 on my finger because, to me, that's not my jam.
Yeah.
I also, if I had £25,000, wouldn't have a Stubbs on the wall. That doesn't mean a Stubbs isn't worth 25k. It just means that I think they're not that good. I look at Tracy Emin's bed and go, she fucking, oh my God, I mean, fair play, Tracy, because it's not fucking art, mate. It's just you being a bit of a skank. That's how I look at stuff. But that doesn't mean other people feel the same. And that's what I mean about whether the value is in the purse of the beholder, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you will go and buy your Vivienne Westwood gloves, and I'd be like, but you can get gloves down the market for $2.99. You know, so it is subject. And yet, on the other hand, the things that I would consider to be worth the money, somebody else wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think there's any I'm a sucker about it. I think it's seeing the value in it to you and whatever.
Oh yeah, I haven't had 1 second of regret of spending that money on it or anything that I've spent a ridiculous amount of money on. I've still looked at it and gone, oh, but that is gorgeous though.
Yeah.
No. Like maybe like those gloves I've worn like 3 times, but I will look at them and go like, yeah, but they're gorgeous though. Like, and I love that I have them.
Yeah, like I said, to you, that's a worthwhile expenditure of your money.
Yeah,
and that's fair enough. And at the end of the day, it's like Nick is spending whatever he's spending on vinyl. To me, I'm like, why would you bother when you can get it on CD? But that's because that's each person. Yeah. Whereas I would buy the folio edition of a book that I already own, and other people would be like, why would you do that? If you've already got that book, what's the point? Yeah.
I buy foreign copies of a book that I can't even read.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, Karen said I saw on the news last night someone paid over $60 million on some digital art. You can't even touch it. Yeah.
That is mental.
Yeah, Paper and Twine says I'd spend 25 quid on hand-dyed yarn. It's like we all have our own our own idea of what things were. Lenny says, would anyone like to buy an unmade bed? It's more fancy than Tracy's. It's got air in it and it moves. And Carl says I could buy £100 worth of wood and metal and make a coffee table and no one would give me 2p for. Yeah, like I said, it's subjective, isn't it? And it's. And
I'm pleased with it. Like I'm pleased with the considering I had no design for it first of all, that I just like freehanded it.
Just evolved.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, it's a heavy fucker as well, but it was learning, but I really like it. So I'm chuffed with it. And Tasty says she likes hers, even though hers was just full of problems. Bloody. But that wasn't her fault, obviously. Well, partially was her fault because, she exists and so there.
The store says I never regretted any of my luxury purchases until I got really poor, and then I looked at my Louis Vuitton suitcase and hated that I bought it.
Ah, really?
I think it's the thing, isn't it? When you then going, if I hadn't bought that fucking suitcase, I could pay my gas bill. I suppose that's yeah.
But then if you're homeless, at least you'd be homeless with like a cool bag.
Yeah.
So that's
she'll have it. She's going to take it off his hands so he doesn't have to hate it anymore. She's a very kind person.
See, problem solved. Just get rid of the bag. You don't have to look at it and feel guilty.
I'm surrounded by so much stuff.
Yay!
The old days. It really does. Yeah, it feels like the old days.
And I've got a small death pile. Well, not a death pile. A small pile of stuff that is not jewelry that's unlisted. So I'll have a day where I'm like listing other stuff. Yeah,
I'm going to have days when I don't have to list clothes. I mean, for starters, I've actually decimated my death pile. It's gone. There's nothing. I have one drawer of unlisted stock, which I know is kind of stuff that I was not excited about listing, and one drawer of things that need more to them before they're listable. So this needs the, I got the toast rack and the egg cups, but I need the butter dish or whatever, So part bundles, I suppose. But apart from that, my death pile's gone. All of those, apart from the loft. We're not talking about the loft.
We don't. There's nothing up there. It's fine. It's fine. I'm convinced there's nothing up there.
At some point, we'll have to go and look at the loft. But
yeah, you could sell it to Josh.
I could just sell him the loft, couldn't I? Say you've got to take it as it is.
Yeah.
The problem with the loft is that a lot of Anthony's stuff is up there. When he moved into the van, obviously there was a lot of his belongings that couldn't go into a van, and so they all went into the loft. At the time when they went up there, they went up neatly in piles and boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, over the last 18 months, every time he's wanted something, he's gone up there and looked for it. And now none of it's in piles and boxes anymore. Now it's all literally just hurled everywhere. So the loft is in need of a desperate attack and tidy up and deal with before I can even work out what needs to be sold.
Well, Ant needs to get on that then, doesn't he, one day? And good luck trying to get him to do that. You look like you're going to yawn.
I just yawned inside. I was reading Sue's comment. NFTs are collectible digital cryptocurrency items like art or music, etc., which are reaching silly amounts of money. I don't even understand the concept of paying for like I don't have iTunes anymore, but when I had I don't like buying things on iTunes. I want to own the physical thing in my hand. I don't want to pay $7.99 for an album for you to then go, you can't access your iTunes account anymore. The fuck? I want to, if I buy a thing, I want it to be there in my hand to prove that it's mine and I own it now. So, yeah.
And the whole cryptocurrency, like my brother tried to explain Bitcoin to me and stuff. And, something about you can set up a computer to mine for these codes that give you these Bitcoins and things. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not.
It's like a foreign language, isn't it?
That's not earning something. That's not making something. That's not getting something. I could, one day just accidentally type in a coin and go, I've got, million Bitcoin by typing in this code that I've accidentally found. Like, that's not like, it's just crazy.
It's weird. I don't understand it.
It's weird. And it's so thing of like, okay, so one Bitcoin many years ago, was like a penny, and now that same Bitcoin is like £1 million. Like, but say if you bought £1 million worth of Bitcoin now, well, it could be worth a penny next year.
Yeah.
What is it based on? Is it based on commodities? Is it based on oil? Is it based on population? Is it based on, it's like, what is it? And the thing is, someone in the chat might try and explain this in a minute, and I will still go.
Yeah, the record rack says that's one of the things with buying vinyl.
It's crazy stuff. Crazy. I don't get it. I can understand investing in gold because gold is a thing.
Always believe in your soul.
No.
Go.
Yeah. Boing. Crazy, isn't it?
Right, I've just worked out how many tops and bottoms. Basically, got 5 tops and bottoms, and then one white one that's got no top. So they're going on as a set of 5 then.
Oh, it's a good question from Vicky. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Go on then.
I suppose it depends on the item. If it is something like jewelry, for me, like gold or silver kind of jewelry, it would first of all just be based on like the weight and the design, I guess. So I wouldn't want to spend too much more than its scrap value on something. But saying that, I have like blind bought, say the other week I blind bought 90 kilograms of jewelry and I spent like nearly 500 quid on it. And that could have been 500 quid on literally like, 90 kilograms of broken beads. I didn't know what was going to come. But I suppose it's the comfort thing of like, well, how much can you afford to lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
On an item. So if it's like, say for you, like it was that folio book and it's a
bit tied up in the item as well, isn't it? Yeah. Because I'd have to be extremely confident it was going to sell very quickly because I don't want my cash tied up in large amounts of expensive stock. For me, it's extremely rare for me to spend more than a £5 on anything to resell. And I should imagine there's probably only been 2 or 3 times in my entire reselling career when I've spent more than a tenner.
Wow.
Yeah, I buy low. Yeah, I mean, I've spent £20 on that bag full today, and that feels to me like I lashed out 20 quid, but I actually had a huge bag full of stuff. Yeah, I'm tight, proper tight.
And I suppose another thing of like when you're buying a load of things like that, I know I've done it when I bought jewelry in person and I bought loads. You've got to see that something in there that you think like, well, that pretty much, if I sell that pretty much covers the cost of all of it. So you kind of feel that you give yourself a little bit of like, but I'm okay though, because I know I can sell that for 30 quid. So I'm all right.
Yeah, that's what I was like with this bag of stuff. I was like, I know the foot massager is gonna pay for the rest regardless. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Josh says tell him about the brownies lady. There was a lady selling brownies uniform. Now I tend to buy brownies and Cubs uniforms if I see them because quite a lot of parents would rather buy them secondhand than lash out new. They're expensive and you tend to not know whether your kid's going to go for long. So that's one of the reasons parents don't want to spend a lot. This lady wanted £20. She also had a seashell for sale and she wanted £15 for that. Josh and I walked away going, crazy lady, run from the crazy lady. I couldn't believe when she said 20, I was like,
pounds? You put an extra zero on there, love.
Yeah, pounds?
Pounds?
You off it? Wait, what? Hang on, what's happening?
She's going where? Where's that going? That's not fair. I want to go.
She's going to Farm Foods.
Oh, I don't want to go to Farm Foods. I'm okay.
Oh, Claire. Oh dear. But yeah, crazy. Some crazy men. Not as many amateurs there today as I expected. I honestly thought there'd be an awful lot of amateur sellers and a huge amount of trading sellers and regular sellers, but not so many new faces. I thought there'd be a lot of people going, oh, finally we can get rid of this stuff, but not so many. No, I'm really pleased with everything I've got. Sorry, what did you say?
No, they've been taking it down to the charity shops. They just get rid, no effort.
But yeah, very pleased with everything I picked up.
Jewel Resale says that her son talked her into getting some cryptocurrencies. Currently spent £70 worth 450. But yeah, do you know why? Nobody knows why.
And to me, I need to sell it right now then because it might be worth 69 tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm no good at the idea of investments or whatever, because you have to sort of sit tight, don't you, and not panic when they start going down and whatever. And yeah.
Oh, Craig's showing off. You get jealous.
Burn! Has he cut his hair yet, Craig? I had a dream a few weeks ago that I bumped into Ricky Lee at a car boot sale and invited him back for Sunday dinner. And the Sunday dinner was a fiasco. It was one of those meals where you drop something and then you burn something. And he ended up with nothing but a slab of soggy Yorkshire pudding, like really bad, flat Yorkshire pudding. And then I persuaded him to let me cut his hair. And I did it like the mayor from Whoville. With the centre parting and the...
Oh, no.
So I sent him a message saying, I feel like I need to apologise for the dream I had about last night. And he was like, go on. And when I told him, he was like, I'm a hairdresser. I can sort the hair out, but there's no excuse for the Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, Yorkshire pudding is unforgivable.
Jane says, I suppose if you don't pay a mortgage, 500 isn't a lot of money to pay for stock. I'm not seeing the connection between the mortgage and the stock money, but I can't imagine a world where I could go out and spend 500 quid on stock like that. The prices I pay, 500 quid worth of stock would be a house full.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Sue says, I had a dream about you, Carlo. I came to your house and you wouldn't let me in. Not lockdown related. You just hated me. Can't let you in, love. Lockdown. There you go. Becca says, I was given £44 worth of Bitcoin 5 years ago. I drew it out a year later and it was worth 1,200. Now it'd be worth 7K. I still don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't even understand how you buy a bit. How do you... And what does it look like? I mean, it doesn't exist. So how do you...
And like, how do you earn them? How do you, like, like that original £44? How is it decided that was worth £44? I don't get what it's based on. Some computers, they mine for codes. So, what's the value in that? Hey, I've got 7 codes. Well done. Good for you. I don't get it. Exactly. This is all. I think. Oh, I think there should be a philosophical conversation about Bitcoin. Yeah.
A
snuffleupagal conversation about this. Yes.
Well, there you go. See, Jewel has just summed it up. I think I'll be afraid to take it out ever in case it goes up to millions. In which case, it's worth nothing then.
Yeah.
If you never withdraw it and cash it in, it's completely worthless to you.
Maybe that's why.
Figures on a piece of paper that you're not spending aren't of any value.
It's crazy. I don't get it. How I would maybe choose.
Then we've been here 42 minutes, love. Where have you been?
Yeah. I would maybe give myself a number. Say like, okay, if it gets to 10 grand, I'll take it out and have a good holiday and stuff. Then maybe look at it like that, as and then that'll be a freaking nice bonus, wouldn't it?
Or take out some. I'd get to the point where, right, okay, it's a 12 grand, so I'm going to take out 10 and see if the other 2 carries on growing. A bit like a fruit tree.
Yeah.
You don't go, there's lots of lovely fruit on my tree, I shall leave it there forever. You go, I'll take some of the fruit off and the tree will produce more.
Yes.
Wow.
Or like when I was having a cheeky little, not flutter, I bought some, scratch cards, and then like you win some, you're like, oh well, I'll just buy another, but I'll buy another one, but still leave myself enough so that I'm still up on the deal. That thing. Josh is an expert in investments. He earns £3.38 a year off his B&M thing. Yes. Bitcoin crypto uses a lot of electricity. See, and that's just mental. So you're spending to have your computer running to mine this Bitcoin that isn't a thing. Just saying how Josh is an expert, that he earns like a few quid off of his B&M shares. I
don't even understand that line. Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity. Doing what? What does it do? How does it? I don't.
You have to plug in computers that mine for Bitcoin, which are just these codes.
Well, how do they use more electricity than a usual computer?
Because you have to use a lot of it, because you have to keep them plugged in for them to mine.
I'm plugged in all the time.
Yeah, but constantly in use. A few computers.
I don't know. It's all all a mystery to me.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't.
All a mystery. Store says, I keep thinking I should buy premium bonds, but I never do. Now, I did last year when we talked about this. I bought a few premium bonds, and I have had 2 wins.
No way. We've had premium bonds for years and not a fucking job.
Only won £25 each time, but I'm still delighted, because if I'd spent that money on lottery tickets, the chance of having those 2 £25 wins would have been a lot slimmer. So yeah, I was pleased about that. And not thousands, don't get me wrong, I've got a few.
And you can get that money back as well. Like,
yeah, and you can either set it so that it pays out to your bank account, or you can set it so that it buys you more premium bonds if a win comes up. So it paid out to my bank account, but I might change it to buy more bonds. And I said I want to save for a cruise. I thought I might put those savings into premium bonds, because then they are safe, away from me, so I can't dip into them, and maybe they'll win some money and grow a bit, and maybe they won't, but
No, that's a good idea. What's the minimum that you have to spend on a premium bond?
You have to pay £25 each time.
Okay.
But I think £25 gets you 25 premium bonds, although I'm not sure. I think they're £1 each, but you buy them, I think. And now I'm not sure if I'm telling the truth.
Who can say?
I've got hiccups.
Well done.
Thank you. Josh says, a computer cracks a code to get you a Bitcoin. The better the equipment, the higher the power usage, costing you more money.
But what's the point, innit? What's the point?
My son's been on the postcode lottery for several years, and I don't think he's ever won anything. I don't really understand ISAs either. Mike says, I lost over 500 quid when the virus started, but I've got over £1,200 back since it recovered.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I've got
ISAs being savings account. I didn't realise that you could lose your money in those.
Yeah, the savings account surely is just like, that's my money.
What do you mean my money's gone? Where's it gone?
Yeah.
Who gets a Bitcoin worth 22k? Who does? What do you mean? From where?
No. See, Josh is going like, yeah, but if you you could do that. You spend all this electricity on your computers, and they get that code, and they get you a Bitcoin worth 22,000. But it's still bollocks, though, isn't it? Because it's not. It's only because someone over here says, "Oh, this code is £22,000," and then someone goes, "No, it's 9p," and then me goes, "I go, it's nothing. What the fuck? What are you on about? It's not jam." Like. Crazy. I don't get it.
I think you either get it or you don't get it, and maybe if you don't get it, you'll never get it. Maybe you and I are destined to never understand.
It doesn't seem like a thing. A computer sat there trying to find a code. How is that useful to anyone?
Yeah, Catherine and Kate are saying it could be a stocks and shares ISA, and Mike's saying it is a stocks and shares ISA, and Lynn saying, as she missed her card advising, yes, Lynn, you have. And yes, I agree. I think if you don't understand it, there's no point, because I think the amount of effort involved to understand it. Maybe my brain's just too old. Maybe it's a youth thing.
Youth. Yeah, well, screw them.
Well, I mean, if you're from the generation before the internet, maybe this is just too difficult.
But it's still something that no one has ever managed to actually say, right, well, they are worth this because of this, because they are tied to, this big quantity of iron ore in this, or this pile of diamonds over here, or this stuff that somebody somewhere needs and wants. Nobody needs a string of numbers. I can write down a string of numbers.
We were saying this. What I did, was this when we were on the boys' chat and we were talking about Pokemon cards being worth something, and I think Kieran said it's worth it because it's the only one in the world, and I was like, okay, well, if I draw this now, that's the only one in the world, and it's still fucking worthless.
Yeah. And the Pokemon thing, I can get it to a point, because it's like, yeah, but someone out there really, really loves Pokemon, and they really, really love that character, and they want that perfect card. And then at some point, they'll grow up.
Yes, I'm going to say, surely that person is a nutter, aren't they?
Yeah. And they'll go, what it's a shit, it's a bit of cardboard with a cartoon on it, like, oh bollocks, what have I done? And like, I really don't understand those question of sport things. It's like, do these people know what question of sport was? It was a shit sports quiz.
I think it's a mental thing where because something's rare, you want to own it. So, for example, Becca's just said there's only a fixed amount. I think she means Bitcoin, like gold. Therefore, it makes them rare. But if there was only one piece of gold left in the world, I still wouldn't be that bothered about owning it. There's only like fucking 17 giant pandas left. I don't want one of them either. Just rare doesn't mean that I want to own it, and I think that's what I mean about the mindset of someone who wants to own something purely because it's rare, purely because it's
Right, now, see, Lynn says jewelry is only a thing. Yes, but it's a thing that is made of things that has, like, I mean, okay, like, it has tangible value in a sense, as in, even if it's just used as metal, it still has a use, because you can still make things out of it. So even in its raw form, like, it is still, like, it's still useful for something to someone somewhere.
It's going back to that intrinsic value of what you see in it, though, isn't it? Because my mum said to me, would you like your dad's wedding ring? And I said, not really. And she said, oh, I thought you might like it. I said, well, only for the scrap value. And she kind of looked at me, and I was like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm not remotely sentimental about jewelry in any way, and I'd just be looking at that as I can only get 30 quid for it.
Yeah.
And you'll be looking at it as if you've given me something of great sentimental meaning, and to me it's just a lump of gold. So no, you keep it, because it means more to you than it does to me.
Yeah, it's worth more than the 30 quid that I'll have from it.
Yeah. But
yeah, so say like Becca said, there's only a fixed amount of Bitcoin codes. But who cares? Again, that string of numbers, that's all it is. It's a hypothetical string of numbers that exists in a computer brain somewhere. So, you know, that is actually of no value. I can't grab those numbers and go, oh, those are lovely numbers. I really like the order in which those numbers go. I would never.
I can get a piece of paper and write numbers in any order. Yeah. I can do that.
So it's just crazy, and I don't understand it. And I don't think I ever will. I vaguely understand the Pokemon card things. I don't understand the Question of Sport ones, because that's Question of Sport. That was shit. That was a shit TV show. You know? Why is the
Catherine?
You know? Like, it's rubbish. Why? Oh, I've got Question of Sport in mint condition. So what? It was shit, though. I've got this EastEnders mug in mint condition. So what? EastEnders is shit, you know?
Yeah, Caitlin says, I'm not attached to anything I own. I could lose everything and be fine. And that is how I feel. If you said to me, the house is burning down, you've got 3 minutes to get out everything that matters, I would get out the dogs and my handbag. And not because I particularly love my handbag, but because it contains all the things I need to start sorting the other shit out. The house is burnt down. I'm going to need some ID. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Yeah, literally, that's
a pain in the ass without your wallet, isn't it? It's like, oh God, I've got to reorder stuff, and I don't know how.
I like a lot of my possessions. I've been sent beautiful things by viewers. I've got the gorgeous pictures of Molly and all the rest, and I love all those things, but they are still only things. I'd be like, let's get the dogs out, let's grab the handbag, let's go.
Yeah, mine would be like, grab the cats, shout for mum. She can make her own way out. She's fine. Probably grab my laptop as well, because again, kind of annoying, like things without.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed if the Mac melted, since I've literally just finished paying for it last week. Put the last payment on it last week, so I'd be like, really?
I'd maybe try and like put some pants on, because I sleep naked, and I'm imagining this fire is in the night, and I'm like, oh God, put some pants on and chuck something on. Cats, right? Come on, off we go. In fact, Azami would probably already be outside, like going, God, took your time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
I'm not saying there isn't stuff that afterwards I'd be like, oh, that's a shame, but it is only things, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Joan says she attached to a 66-year-old ball teddy. My mum's got like one. Oh, do you know what?
Yeah, I've got a rabbit I had since birth. But he's under the bed somewhere in the storage. He's not. You know, I don't look at him, or he's just there.
There is my AG bear and my tomcat, and I've had them since I was very little. And then when I went away to uni, my parents split up at the same time, before, and house got sold, and loads of things that I owned just kind of disappeared into the ether. And I didn't know where they went, and they weren't there when I came back one summer, so that was it. And then many years later, my sister turned up with a box of soft toys, and they were in there, and she was like, oh, there you go, I kept some stuff for you. And I proper cried. Like, I was like, it's my tomcat. And I was, you know, like 30.
Tell the people at home the big story.
Big story. Oh, about my doll's house?
Yeah, some of them might not know. And tell it quick, because I've got to go in like 4 minutes.
Okay, well, basically, again, when I went away to uni, my doll's house that my granddad made me for my 10th birthday went to my evil aunt, bitch. And she was meant to keep it until I had room for it.
Is she somebody's stepmother?
No, no.
She sounds like she ought to be a stepmother.
She should be. She's just evil aunt. So she was meant to keep it like all of that time until I had space for it. And then a few years ago, maybe about, 10 years ago, when I was in this house, I was like, oh, I've got room for my doll's house now. And she's like, oh, I gave it away. Like, what do you mean you gave it away? That was my granddad's, your father's thing that he made. Like, and you just gave it away. Like, who to? She's like, oh, I don't know. It's just some family. Cow. And then, what would it be now? 3 years ago, something? Was just walking out of the charity shop, because I just bought stuff, and then just looked down to my right, and then there was same doll's house in obviously a slightly worse for wear condition.
Bearing in mind, when she says the same doll's house, literally the doll's house, because it was made by her granddad. So not just another one of those doll's houses.
Yeah.
the doll's house.
And I remember like the things that were, because it was handmade, there were little things wrong with it, like one of the windows wouldn't open properly and the garage squeaked, and little things like that. And so I knew that it was mine, because I was like, the garage squeaks. And
The people in the shop going,
yeah, they were like, yes, the garage squeaks.
So had the kids that had it after you, had they changed the wallpaper or the carpets or anything like that, or?
Yeah, they done their own decorating. They had awful taste, but still, it was in decent condition, decent with condition. The back was missing, and the roof, its hinges are gone, and paper was peeling and stuff. But it's it's like, and I just stopped in the shop, and I was like, "That's my doll's house," and they're like, "What do you mean?" And I told them the story. They still charged me for it.
Well, they should have given you, really.
Yeah, it's like, that's, like, I've told you the story. That is my doll's house returning to me after like 20 something years. That's my freaking doll's house. But yeah, so it was so like chuffed to have it back. Like, it was just, that was serendipity. That was just like, and then when, I came home and told my mum, and it was just like, that's just insane. Like, that it just turns up like that. Because they said doll's houses sell really quickly. And it wouldn't have been there by that afternoon. It would have gone by then. So it was just meant to be at that time. Like,
the universe sorted that out. Sorted out nicely.
And it did come at a time when it was like, I kind of needed a reminder, of lovely family stuff rather than shit auntie stuff. So yeah, it was good. Good.
And on that happy note, I have to say goodbye. Because I've got to go and pick up my mother. There was a bit of a plan to the usual, bit of a change to the usual schedule. My mother's going to start coming Sundays instead of Tuesdays, I think, so that she can go to church. It's a long-winded story about why that's happening, and it's not very interesting.
So instead of Tuesdays, as in you have Tuesdays to yourself?
I might have to do some work on Tuesdays. I might have no excuse not to work on Tuesdays anymore.
But that's nice, isn't it? That's nice to get your Tuesdays back.
We shall see.
Hopefully.
We shall see. So, thank you to everyone for joining us today and for waiting for us, because we were a bit later. Obviously, we didn't start until 10 to 11 because of me being at the car boot sale and having breakfast. And it's probably more likely to be an 11 o'clock thing from now on than a 10 o'clock thing, let's be honest. If Lexx starts car boot, and it might be a 1 o'clock in the afternoon thing.
Could be.
But yeah, thank you to those of you who patiently waited and have joined us anyway. There's 254 watching, so that's the similar number to the usual viewer count. Usual head. Did you do a head count as they came in, Lexx?
Yes, I did. They were all here. All of the people that are here were here.
Oh, cool. Okay. If you haven't thumbsed up, then we're heartbroken. I mean, look at Lex's sad little face. Sad face.
Oh.
Okay. Lexx, not getting a career in the theatre anytime soon. Sad face. Do a thumbs up for us, because apparently it helps the channel and all that stuff. And thank you to everyone who's coffeed in the last week, both me and Lexx. We both appreciate you very, very muchly.
I haven't had any, but yeah, thanks anyway.
You have? You've had loads. I'm sure Lexx hasn't had any. Okay. I'll send you a quid. Can you send a quid?
It's fine.
I've lost my thread now. For those who weren't here at the beginning, my car boot haul from yesterday is coming out as a standalone video tomorrow.
Ooh.
And then on Tuesday, it'll be the waffle.
And myself on
Thursday.
And then something else on Saturday, but I don't know what it is yet. So who knows? It could be crazy.
Something on Saturday, who knows what. Thank you all for watching. Only 10% of people have thumbsed up. Maybe it won't come next week. Can't toss my fringe properly. We'll be here. We'll turn up. We turn up to the opening of an envelope. Thank you for watching. Everybody take care. Awkward wave.
Bye-bye now.